Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Sport Pizza, where we serve you the absolute best in the ever exciting world of sport. My name is Olakunle Philip. On the show this week, we will look at so many news that borders with sport from Europe down to Africa and of course for the entire world. We'll look at games that went down in the English Premier League. Manchester City can't just stop notching up the point, and of course they got it done against Arsenal last weekend, while in the Italian Seria it was a game of a cracker, and of course it really lived up to that billing. Talking about Inter Milan against AC Milan. It was Inter Milan running riot against AC Milan, while also in the Spanish La Liga the big teams suffered slump. Talking about Atletico Madrid against all expectations. No one saw that loss coming right there at the Vicente de Calderon. They lost that game, and also those teams that you expect to capitalize on the loss of Atletico Madrid couldn't really get it done. Yes, Real Madrid got it done. What can you say about Barcelona, who couldn't get a win at home against a lowly rated team? You would say that was a very bad one for them, because just in the course of last week also, they went to France, Parc des Princes precisely, and they lost scandalously to Paris Saint-Germain by 4-1. It's a bad one for Barcelona right now. The fans and of course the management are not happy. Welcome once again to this week's episode of Sport Pizza. We'll go on the short break, and when we come back, it's straight to business. Join us again. Well, many thanks to you out there for deeming it fit to be a part of this week's episode of Sport Pizza. I can assure you that you're going to miss anything, because we've got everything right here for you, for your viewing delight. We'll start from England, where Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola says he's surprised by the side's imperial run of form lately, when every team seems to be suffering in the world. Manchester City didn't start on a very good note, but they've been able to rejuvenate, and of course they've been churning out wins against Arsenal last weekend. They were able to make things count at the Emirates, beating the Arsenal team by 1-0, with that goal coming from Raheem Sterling, and by virtue of that they've gone about 17 games unbeaten. Absolutely fantastic. When the league started, and you saw Manchester City struggling to win games, and one would have thought that perhaps by now, with the way they've started the league, they will probably be on the middle of the table. But what are we saying? Some of the teams are dropping points, and Manchester City were able to capitalize on that. And the coach of the side, Pep Guardiola, is really delirious about the performances of the team so far. Against an Arsenal team, they were imperial. They were absolutely dominant in the first 20 minutes. Raheem Sterling, like I said, getting the goal in the second minute of the game. Arsenal, after 20 minutes, tried to come back into the game, and of course their best were not good enough, as Manchester City ran out victorious in that game. And for the other games, Southampton also played out a 1-1 draw with Chelsea, and it was a very interesting one. Tuchel has been tutoring the team very well. Talking about the Chelsea team, since he took over from the team's legend Frank Lampard, but this is the first time he's slumping after a series of good performances from the team, while also the Merseyside derby witnessed a lot of drills and fireworks, but this is the fourth time that Liverpool are losing at home. And then the last time Everton got a win against Liverpool was in I think it was in 1999. That was absolutely massive. And one would say some fans are beginning to say it looks like Liverpool they're giving out sharing bonuses to everyone right now. It's a winner take all, because Liverpool, the defending champion of the EPL, are not at their best at the moment. A very sad one for the team. It was a dismal performance for the team. Well, we also look at some other games. West Ham United got the better of Tottenham Hotspur, winning by 2-1. Fantastic one as well for West Ham United. And also Manchester United defeated Newcastle United by 3-1. Well, Ole Gunnar's social team is back and then they were able to get that all-important win. We had Marcus Rashford getting the first goal, and of course, when you talk about a particular player who is always on the scorer's chart any day, anytime, you always want to talk about Bruno Fernandes, and he got the third goal of the game via penalty, and of course, Manchester United running out as well victorious in that game. Let's quickly switch attention to the Spanish La Liga, where we saw some exciting games as well. Like I said earlier in the introduction, Atletico Madrid slipped over the weekend against Levante. They've been absolutely fantastic since the league started, but right now it was a very surprising, disappointing one for them, losing at home to Levante. When teams like Atletico Madrid loses to the Levante team, when you begin to wonder what actually went wrong. But this is football at its best, I tell you. And also Real Madrid edge past Real Valladolid, winning by a goal to nothing. Fantastic. A 3-point as a good one for them, because looking at the fact that Atletico Madrid lost that game, they were able to gain 3 points, and they were also able to reduce the tally by 4 points. Just 4 points separates the team as we speak. And also Barcelona against Cadiz. Come on. Couldn't get the 3 point they desired against Cadiz. That was absolutely surprising as well. Lionel Messi scoring from the penalty spot in that game, and in the 89th minute there was a penalty awarded to the away team. They were able to get the goal, and of course get a share of the spoil. Is a disappointing one. Like I said, it's the second time Barcelona are suffering a setback so far this in the course of the week. I remember just last week as well, they couldn't beat Paris Saint-Germain out there in France, and they lost scandalously. Remember those beautiful runs displayed by Paris Saint-Germain in that game. And then we hope that when both teams file out again, we'll wait to see how things will eventually pan out. But not looking good for Barcelona as we speak, because they are 8 points adrift of table toppers. Talking about Atletico Madrid. Some of us asked the question what the management were thinking when they let in some good players they had at their disposal go, and they brought in some relatively young players who, for me, what they did, the decision is not yielding dividend as we speak. All right, let's switch attention to the Italian Seria. It's getting exciting now there. Some couple of weeks ago, we saw Inter Milan leading, I beg your pardon, AC Milan were leading, and they were churning out wins, and one would have expected that probably they would continue in their rich vein of form, but it was absolutely disappointing. The Milan derby took center stage. The Derby de Milano, they call it, and it was supposed to be AC Milan at home. What did we see? Yes, the game was supposed to witness loads of fireworks, and of course it lived up to that billing. AC Milan against Inter Milan. Inter Milan running out victorious in that game. Lautaro Martinez 2 goals helped Inter Milan to an impressive derby win against AC Milan as they open up a 4-point gap at the top of the Serie A. The strikers Eli Eder laid the platform for a confident Inter display. Zlatan Ibrahimovic twice went close to equalizing for Milan, but the O's were then caught out chasing the game. A fine team move saw Martinez tap in the second, then Romelu Lukaku finished another incisive counter-attack with a low drive into the bottom corner. A good win for Inter Milan right now. And at the point in time, like I said earlier, AC Milan were leading for weeks, but right now Inter Milan have caught up with him, and the best way to actually displace the team playing at the top is by beating that particular team playing at the top, and that's exactly what Inter Milan has done. Right now they are at the top of the table. Remember one of the qualifying games that went down in Italy between AC Milan and Inter Milan. That game that witnessed a lot of controversies between Zlatan and then we had also Lukaku exchanging words and all of that. The rivalry really witnessed, and I discovered that when both teams play, Inter Milan seems to always have the edge over AC Milan. The last two games, it's been Inter Milan getting the victories, and it was a fantastic one for them. For the first time, we want to have a team, that's just my opinion, we want to have a team outside of Juventus winning the league. It's been a very long time. Juventus has been winning consistently, but we hope that Inter Milan or probably AC Milan will be able to displace them. I remember the words of Maurizio Sarri 2 weeks ago. He came out to say when he was the coach of Juventus, he was doing his best and the team were able to win the league. But because they lost one of the games in the UEFA Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo went to report him to the management that is not impressed with the tactics that he put up with the team. And then by virtue of that, that was what led to his sack from the team. He said he wants to see a situation whereby Juventus will be playing in the Europa League. That is absolutely funny there. Well, we hope that, you know, Juventus has been at the downstream right now. They've been struggling. They've been struggling to win games. We hope that they also will come back and begin to win games. Atlanta defeated SSC Napoli by 4-2. Victor Osimhen was stretched out of that game, and at the point in time was looking like he was in coma, but he's back, and of course his health is stable right now as we speak. Benevento played out a goalless draw with Roma, not a very good result for AS Roma, while Udinese played out a 2-2 draw with Parma. Interesting game in the Italian Serie A. Well, let's quickly go on this short break, and when we come back, the show continues. Welcome back. Let's switch attention right now to the Nigerian Professional Football League, where we witnessed match day 11 last weekend. It was really very exciting and incisive out there. We saw Rangers moving to the 4th position in the NPFL with the hard-fought victory, 1-0 victory over Kwara United. Remember, Kwara United are table toppers, and they've been holding it down for about 3-4 weeks now. But of course, they've been able not able to get the result against Rangers International of Enugu. Let's quickly give you the result of how things went down in match day 11 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. FC Ifeanyi defeated Katsina United by 3-0, while Jigawa Golden Stars also defeated Nasarawa United by 1-0. Lobby Stars of Makurdi got the better of Kano Pillars, beating them by 1-0, while MFM back to winning ways. It's been so absolutely controversial with the team, the management sacking the coaches, and both the coach and the assistant, and they have a new man in charge. And they've been series of controversies here and there. But the good thing is that they were able to get a 2-0 victory against Adamawa United. That might be the beginning of new things to come for MFM of Lagos. Sunshine of Akure could not hold it down in Akure against Atland of Owerri. They had to share the spoils. 1-1 it ended with Atland of Owerri. Remember the coach of the side, talking about Kamara, coming to Lagos to defeat his former club, MFM, by 2-1. Of course, defeated Lobby Stars as well. He started on a very low note, but right now is getting the result, and they're getting away. A draw away from home is a good development for a team like Atland of Owerri. Abia Warriors also, for the first time, moved out of the relegation waters, beating Warriors by 4-1. It was Warriors who drew the first blood, and they came back and of course put 4 goals past Warriors. Akwa United also defeated Plateau United, and Rangers International, like I said earlier, defeated Kwara United by 1-0. Let's quickly move away from that and of course talk about the CAF Confederations Cup. It was expected to witness firepower in the Rivers State between Eyimba Football Club of Aba and Rivers United. Remember the governor of the side promising the team a huge sum of money if they are able to get past Eyimba, but that didn't see the light of the day as Eyimba booked a spot in the playoff stage of the CAF Confederations Cup following a 5-4 penalty shootout win against Rivers United. The tie ended 1-1 on aggregate with penalty needed to decide the winners. Rivers United leveled the contest following Fortune Ominiwari's 42 minute strike. And of course, started the Stanley Eguma side were, however, unable to add to the advantage despite dominating the game for a long spell. I saw so much excitement in the team, the players of Enyimba Football Club of Aba. They were really very delirious after the last penalty was called. And I spoke with the defensive midfielder of the team, Anthony Omaka. He told me that the team has what it takes to go all out and win the Confederations Cup. We've not won a silverware for Nigeria. No club side have won the silverware for Nigeria in a very long time. And he told me that the present crop of Enyimba, the boys that the team parades are relatively young, and they've got what it takes. They've got hunger, they've got drive, and he believes that they can go all the way to win the CAF Confederations Cup. While the coach also talking about Fatah says it will be injustice of their part if they don't go all out and do very well in the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup, because Rivers United gave it a shot. They dominated, and really any team could have won that tie. We wait to see how things panned out, and of course our heart, we're giving them all our support to go all out and make the nation proud. Let's quickly move away from that and of course talk tennis. Right now we saw the Australian Open climaxing last week. Naomi Osaka, the young woman, no one saw at this stage merely achieving what she has been able to achieve so far. The Australian Open went her way, she won it, and just remember about 3 years ago when she broke into prominence, she won the US Open twice, and right now she has won the Australian Open for the second time. You can see the tears in the eyes of Serena Williams. She was really sad. She cried her heart out, and it looks like she might not be coming back to the tennis game anymore, because she felt she made a lot of mistakes against Naomi Osaka in the semi-final clash in the Australian Open. All right, let's also go to the male category. Novak Djokovic, absolutely unstoppable as we speak, also emerged victorious in his game. He was absolutely dominant also in the game, and of course he said he's very delighted about the fact that he was able to win it, and he's trying to follow the footsteps of Rafael Nadal and the Fed Express, Roger Federer. Remember, Nadal and Roger Federer has 20 Grand Slam titles, and right now Novak has 18, and he's saying he's trying to follow their footsteps. He's just 2 titles away from equaling their record, defeating Daniel Medvedev 7-5, 6-2, 6-2 to clinch his 18th Grand Slam title. And he has come out to say he's not going to be competing in some minor competitions anymore. It's just going to be Grand Slam because he wants to be fit, and so that it can equal and probably eclipse the record set by Rafael Nadal, the great, and of course Fed Express, Roger Federer. All right, let's switch attention right now to basketball, where we saw Miami Heat edging LA Lakers 96 to 94 in a rematch of last season's NBA Finals. The Lakers claimed a 4-2 series win to take the title last October. But in the first meeting between the sides this season, Kendrick Nunn scored 27 points and Jimmy Butler had 24 points and 8 rebounds for the visitors in Los Angeles. Both teams struggled in the fourth quarter, combining for just 32 points, but 2 free throws by Butler with 12.4 seconds left where the difference. That was what actually made the difference. Kyle Kuzma had 23 points, and LeBron James, the king, added 19 points, and of course 9 rebounds and 9 assists for the Lakers. One would have expected it to be more. The king, LeBron James, tends to always score more points, but in this game it was a bit quiet, probably due to one reason or the other. Let's also talk about the Golden State Warriors without Stephen Curry. Lost to Charlotte Hornets 102 to 100. That was absolutely a great contest. Just 2 points separated the two teams, and probably if we had Stephen Curry in that game, it would have made the difference for the Golden State Warriors, but that was not to be. At the point in time, he was dressing up to come into the game, but I think I was advised to stay back because of his ailing health. Welcome back. Well, I guess you will have observed that my strike partner is conspicuously missing on the show, talking about Brownson Unwana. He was injured when West Ham United took on Tottenham Hotspur. Remember that he's an ardent fan of Jose Mourinho, and of course he got injured alongside with Jose Mourinho. That's a wrap on today's edition of Sport Pizza. You can join us next week for a bigger and the bumper edition of the show. We sure promises to be a great and exciting time out here with us, and of course we hope that you will continue to follow us. Join our social media platforms. You can get us, send us messages, and we will be glad to read it. Also, we'll come again next week. My name is Olakunle Philip. Stay safe.